What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be doing another tier list in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM. So lads, this is going to be a tier list of the best diamond players in the game. So if you guys are new to the channel and you enjoy MyTEAM content, subscribe. We are trying to hit 235,000 subscribers by the end of March. Right now we are getting, well, we're somewhat closer. We're trying to hit 231,000 by the end of the week. I think we're about 50 or 60 more than this right now, so it's going to be very, very close. So again, if you guys are new to the channel and enjoy MyTEAM content, subscribe. But anyway, now let's get on to it. These are the best diamond cards in the game. So we've got a couple of Evo cards here, and then obviously there are a bunch of other fairly good cards. So diamond, if you guys don't know, is the third highest tier as of right now. There are Galaxy Opals, Pink Diamonds, Diamonds. Opal goes up to 98. Pink Diamonds go up to 96. Diamonds go up to 94. And Amethysts go to 91. Rubies go to 89. So basically, yeah, these are like the third string tier of cards. Also, apologies if I forgot any players. I'm bound to have. I'm bound to have forgotten some. So Brad Davis. Brad Davis, I like him. I really like him. I don't know where to put him, A or B. He's got half clamps, gold range when he's evoed. His jumper's nice. Again, he does shoot it well. He's a better shooter on current gen than next gen. Half clamps helps. Not a great dunker, so that's obviously a negative. I think A tier is probably a fair spot for him. I think A tier is probably the most fair spot right now for Brad Davis. Yeah, I'll keep him A tier for now. Then we have got Wally Szczerbiak. I love Wally Szczerbiak. I don't think he creates well enough to be S tier. He really doesn't, but he's A tier, and there's no question about it. Like, it depends on what you need. If you literally just need somebody to catch and hit wide open shots and play great defense, Wally Szczerbiak is S tier without question. Like, he is an absolute beast at what he does. It's just outside of what he does, like, he doesn't do anything. Like, he can't create. Like, you will not be able to create a shot with Wally Szczerbiak. His dribbling is that bad. Like, it is, for a guard that's been released since Christmas, it might be the worst dribbling. Gerald Wallace is quite a bit better than this. He plays very like a Gerald Wallace with range. I will say that he plays very much like a Wallace with range. I do really like Gerald Wallace though. But yeah, Wally is, again, half range, half clamps. There aren't that many cards in the game that have that. There really are not that many cards. Am I right in saying, does Fournier have it? Am I right? I don't think Fournier is half clamps. I think I'm wrong in saying that, I'm pretty sure. But someone recently has had half range and half clamps. But I was like, no, Fournier does have it. But yeah, so he's one of, again, probably 10 wings in the game to have it. So he is S tier. Or so he's A tier. TLC is A tier. Or is S tier. I don't care. I don't care what anyone says. This guy evoed up is a god. He is a god, lads. Timothé Luwawu-Cabarrot. Like, he's got the length. He can shoot it. He's got unbelievable upper, unbelievable base. He can handle the ball. Pro 3 escape. He's got really good length. Got 15 half badges. Yeah, he doesn't have half range or clamps, but he's still got 15 half badges. Oh man, this card here is so good, man. He's so good. Like, he's very comparable to like Pink Diamond Paul George. Like, that's kind of the level we're talking about. And like, if we're talking about overall cards tier list, I mean, he's A or B tier, and there's no question about it. And then we got, for diamonds, we got AK, who's S tier. AK, as far as diamond cards go, he's like the gold standard. He's got that unbelievable base 98 release on current. On next gen, give me TLC over him any day, but on current gen, AK is fantastic. You got to give him range. His defensive stats, he's got half clamps, he's got basically 90 something in every single defensive stat. His jumper, again, base 98 on normal. It's perfectly fine on current gen. I hate it on next gen. His defense is just next level though. Again, you saw this guy being around on quite a few 250 squads. He's that good. He might be still one of the best diamond cards in the game. Then we got AD. I mean, AD's a really good cheap big man. Can we say it like it is that AD is a really good cheap big man? Like, his release is good. Him versus the Mantis Sabonis is a legitimate question, but he's basically the pink diamond AD. And people still to this day swear about that pink diamond AD. So, like, he's basically the pink diamond AD. So let's actually have a look at a few of the other big men here. I think he's better than Gobert. No, I think moving him down a tier is probably best. I think moving him down a tier is probably best because we don't have that many cards in this tier list. There are quite a few better than him, but I mean, he's good. He's good. Bam Adebayo. I mean, looking at the players we have here, he's not. He's probably D tier. Like, he's in the worst 10 players we have right here, and I don't think many will argue that. He's not unusable. Not good though. Surah S. Surah is unbelievable. Bobby Surah. Bob Surah, Felipe Lopez, Smush Parker. The three of those guys, as far as budget point guards go, are just next level. They really are. Bob Surah, I'm not the biggest fan of his release. I'm going to say that right now. A lot of people are saying there's no comparison between Bob Surah and Smush Parker, and I mean it's a very close call. Like, Surah definitely does a few things better than all those guys. Like, there are definitely, like, if you want to argue that Surah is the best of them, be my guest. If you want to argue he's better than Lopez, you want to argue he's better than Smush, I'm not going to argue against you. I just prefer the other guys. But Surah does have, like, off showtime. Like, Surah's got 2,813 total stats. Like, Surah's better than Dame. I forgot him my point guard tier list, but he's better than Dame Lillard. Like, way better than Tony Parker. Like, he's better than a good few of the Opal point guards we have. Better than Baron Davis. Man, Surah's just, he's so good. Curry slide, go release, goal range, good defense. He's just fantastic. Then we got Brandon Ingram. So Brandon Ingram, B, A. He's one of these two tiers. He came out a couple of days ago. I like him. I do like him. I don't think he does. He's not as good as Wally Zerbiak. I move Brad Davis down a tier. Are there any other really good point guards? I mean, Badge Jamal Murray. Monte Ellis is better than Brad Davis. Yeah, I'll move Brad Davis down a tier. Even though I like Brad Davis. But yeah, Brandon Ingram, I think he is probably on that, like, second, third tier of wings. He's really good. Like, he's got range. He can handle the ball. He shoots the ball really well. He's a little bit small at 6'7", or for a power forward, I guess. Like, he's the height of a 2 guy. You can't play him at the 2. He's very much, for me, he's like a slightly worse version of TLC. Like, I think TLC is just a better card in most ways. I'm gonna put him A. I'll put him A. Brook Lopez, B tier. Current gen, C tier. Next gen, B tier. I'll put him C tier. I'll put him C tier. Brook Lopez, he's just very, very slow. Like, he was really good for his time. Like, Brook Lopez was really good for his time. Like, when that card came out, he was in my squad. Like, he was in my squad for the longest time. Like, Brook Lopez, the card came out. He came out in December, didn't he? Yeah, it says here he was added 8 weeks ago into the game. Like, no, he was added. Magic Johnson, he was actually added in January. The very, very, actually no, was it the 31st? Yeah, it was the 31st of December he was added. It was the same day as Chris Webber. He was in that batch right there. But again, for a card in December, he was great for his time. There's just been so many elite centers that have come out since. Buddy Hield so good. Like, Buddy Hield is so good. If you were to ask me to just go out and get a book of any of these cards, he's second only to Bob Surah. Buddy Hield, gold range, Kobe base, Pro 1, moderately good defense, fantastic speed, good enough driving dunk. Yeah, Buddy is that dude. He really is that dude, lads. Buddy Hield is an absolutely fantastic player in my team this year. Then we got Melo. I mean, D tier. Does he belong in D tier? Let me just see if I can get my bottom tier, guys. Okay, are there any really bad? There's no really bad players here, is there? Like, Lawson. But Lawson's not awful. Again, we got our E tier again. None of these guys are worthless. Like, I don't have Ben Wallace. I should have put Ben Wallace on the list just so that he could be in worthless tier by himself. I'm trying to think. Do I have to move Melo and Bam down a tier? I mean, I don't like Gilbert very much. Gilbert probably is E tier. Because he's by far the worst of all the point guards remaining. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure there's anyone else I can put down. Bam. Yeah, Bam going down there. Because we got Chris Bosh, who I'm going to put in B tier. Chris Bosh, a really solid player. He's like a great shooter. Again, plays very little defense, but like he's like a faster Brook Lopez, basically. Okay, so I'm going to fill out some of these bottom tiers now. Cliff Hagan's probably second from the bottom tier. He's like he's a flawed card because he moves very slowly. His release is kind of slow, but like he has limitless. And he's got half limitless, so I can't really say that that's too much of a negative. We've got Rudy, who like badged up. He's B tier, but he costs a lot to badge up, and I wouldn't advise any of the badge up. I'm gonna put him C tier. If you have him already badged up, then you know what, he can be in a higher tier. But my God, is this dude awful not badged up? So for that reason, I'm gonna put him in C tier. Like him not badged up, he could be down in E tier. So C tier. I should have put some bums on this list. I really should have. I should have put like Ben Wallace on this list. I should have put some weaker players. Like I tried to only rank the best diamonds, and these are all okay. There's no terrible cards here. I'm trying to think who else. Darren Williams is probably a tier below Brad Davis in my opinion. No, Darren Williams is probably B tier. He's probably B tier. I'm trying to think what way I want to rank my point guards here. Rafer Alston, C tier. He's definitely a tier below these guys in my opinion. I really like Brad Davis with the half clamps, by the way. That's why Rafer Alston's fine. Rafer Alston with his silver range, silver clamps. Is there one more point guard I can put into a lower tier, one of the two lower tiers? I mean, Drazen. Drazen's not great. Funnily enough, the other Drazen's better than this Drazen. If you guys didn't know, the other Drazen is legitimately better. Like, and by the other Drazen, I mean the Amethyst Drazen. So you guys can see. Sorry, I'll just get the sizing right. You guys can see right here. Like this Drazen Petrovic. This card here has got like, he's got 5 half badges, but his stats like 2513 gold range, and he is half steady. The 91 Drazen has 2589, so like there's literally like he's like 70 higher in stats. He's 4 lower in overall, 3 lower in overall, way better stats wise, and he gets half range and no steady. It's hilarious. And he gets gold, like they both have gold clamps, don't they? No, he gets a +1 in clamps as well. This Drazen is actually worse. Because the Amethyst Drazen's better, I'm putting him in E tier. Yeah, I'll give Drazen E tier. Drazen belongs in that E tier. Other cards that are in that lower tier. I mean, I like all these other cards. They're definitely... I'm going to move him down. Because again, he's a garbage man not badged up. Then we're going to put him here. Because he's basically like Rudy as well. That if you don't badge him up, he's awful. But if you badge him up, he's great. And now we're on to some of the best cards here. Chris Boucher S. As far as big men go, there was a reason why you saw him rank quite a bit in 250k. Chris Boucher, without doubt, is an S tier diamond player. He shoots it, he dribbles, he's got decent length, he blocks shots. Yeah, he has a skinny player build. Like, his player build is the worst thing about him. He's a beast though. He is incredibly good. There's a reason why you see a lot of people running him. Micah Red, I mean, bronze clamps. I get it, he can shoot. I get it, he can shoot. He does nothing else. At this stage in the game, when you do nothing but shoot the ball, like you might say, oh, Buddy Hield, all he does is shoot. But it's like, at least Buddy Hield's got like 10 defensive badges. Michael, and they're all gold. Micah Red literally just got bronze clamps. The guy plays no defense. I think later on in the year, we're going to get a god tier Micah Red. This card is very outdated. Very outdated. Then we're going to go Kobe White. S. As far as diamond point guards go, Kobe White might be the best. He really might be better than Bob Sir. Like Kobe White is basically like, you know, the Galaxy Opal Jamal Murray. Just subtract like 10% from that card and it's Kobe White, and like make him grow an inch. Kobe White's literally same animations wise. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Ayton. Range Ayton is a step above Bosch and AD, and it's not particularly close. Range Ayton has got, again, he's got clamps, he's got decent speed, he's got a huge player build. Again, you got to give the guy range because you can't, well, he kind of needs the badges to be a good pick and pop shooter. But like even a bronze range or silver range, DeAndre Ayton is an A tier, is a big man. The Mantis Sabonis, he's not as good as Ayton. He's better than. I think he's better than Anthony Davis and Chris Bosh, but I don't think he's as good as Ayton. That's what I'm gonna say. That's where the Mantis Sabonis is here. And like I think there's quite a big drop off. Like if you guys maybe Brook Lopez, but I think there is a little bit of a drop off here between these guys and the lower guys. Draymond Green. I mean, I don't think you should ever buy him, but he's B tier. Draymond's release is cash. Although Austin Crowsher is literally better in every single way, so I'm going to move him down to C tier. As much as I love my Draymond, as much as I use my Draymond non-stop, there is literally a guy named Austin Crowsher who has got the exact same release and is better at literally everything than Draymond and is taller. So, yeah, he's C tier. Dwayne Wade, if he could play a point guard, he'd be A tier. He can't play the point guard, so he's B tier. You need to put range on him. You need to put some badges on him. He's expensive for what he is. And there's a big reason why he's kind of low, because Jeff Petrie. I'm putting Petrie in A tier because Petrie is just better Wade. Like Petrie's basically like Wade with range. Like they've literally copy and pasted animations. Like Jeff Petrie, 2K literally went in and copied and pasted Dwayne Wade's animation in the game to Jeff Petrie. And this isn't the first year they did it. They did it in 2K19 and they did it in 2K20. And then they were releasing the Pink Diamond Jeff Petrie and they decided to give him a different jump shot, which was the weirdest thing ever because everyone wanted. We were like, can we give us a Petrie? Give us a Pink Diamond Petrie. We were asking for that for like the whole year from 2K. And then they went and trolled us. They trolled us by giving us a Pink Diamond Petrie and changing his release. It has to be. It has to go down as one of 2K's greatest trolls of all time. It has to. But thankfully, like, nowadays we'll be able to see that. Like, back in the day, that was like before anyone knew it, like 2KDB existed, so no one knew at the SIGs. So people played 2 hours for a bad Petrie card. Like a really bad Petrie card. Eddie Jones, man, I love Eddie Jones, but he's A tier. As much as I love the card, he's not as good as TLC. And that's kind of where our comparison is for wings. But Eddie Jones, fantastic. Like, again, this dude came out in December. I'm not sure what. I'm just going to have a look now for what date in December. He came out on the 10th of December. So he came out with the Aaron Fox, Dirk Nowitzki, and LaFonso Ellis. He also came out the same day as Wayne Embry. But like the 10th of December was so long ago. Like that was like 2.5 months ago. And the guy is still usable. Like, yeah, he's like 10k MT, but I mean, for that price, you're not getting much better at that 2-guard position. Especially on current gen. He's way better on current gen than he is on next gen. Okay. Glenn Robinson is B tier. I like Glenn, but he's just not as good as Brandon Ingram. A lot of people in the comments are going to be like, oh, I'm great with Glenn Robinson. Like, yeah, that's perfectly fine. I could probably still use Glenn Robinson. Heck, I used Glenn Robinson up until I got Sean Marion. Problem is that like he's objectively not as good as a Brandon Ingram. But he's not a bad card by any means. He is not bad at all. Okay. Jamal Murray. I mean, Clamps Jamal Murray is like A tier or B tier. Is he as good? He's better than Darren Williams. Clamps Jamal Murray is A tier. Like, again, you gotta give him clamps. He needs clamps, otherwise he's quite weak. But I'm telling you, clamps Jamal Murray's literally, he's just the worst Kobe White. There's like levels to it. This Jamal Murray is a worse version of this Kobe White, and this Kobe White's a worse version of the Opal Jamal Murray. They're basically the levels. Then I'm gonna start moving people down tiers because there are very, very few guys that I want in my top tiers. So Darren Williams, you're going down a tier. Rafer Olsen, you're going down a tier. Actually, yeah, Darren Williams is going lower than Brad Davis. Who else is going down a tier? Chris Bosch, you are going down a tier. Yeah, I'm good with that. We're kind of even. The reason why I'm evening out is that most of these guys are high tier cards. Glenn Rice, A. Glenn Rice, half range extender, really, really good release, good defender. Again, there's not really much negative that this guy does. He's a fantastic shooter, good at going to the basket. He's got showtime dunks. Just supremely, supremely underrated player. He really is. Then we have got E. And if you give E his badges, like E is probably like A tier with no badge. He's probably like A tier or B tier with no badges. He's probably comparable to Anthony Davis. He's a way better Anthony Davis with no badges. But I mean, if you badge up E, he's S tier. Simply put, he is S tier. Badged up E. And because he's so cheap to buy, and so many people badge him up, you can probably find a badged up E. Like even, you need silver clamp, silver range on E and he's S tier. Like that's whatever. And you can get those badges on top of him for like 35k. So he's way better than DeAndre Ayton. His handle is ridiculous. He moves well. He's got unbelievable speed. His jumper is quality. And yeah, E. Jianlian is a fantastic, fantastic card. Okay, I'm just going to fill out some of the lower tier players. I'm sorry, Shake. Rudy Gobert is going D tier. And Tim Duncan. I mean, at this stage, Tim Duncan's going E tier. What does Tim Duncan do? He's just like Rudy Gobert with a worse release. And like, I'm having to put levels to this. Like, Bosch is way better than Rudy Gobert. Who is way better. Who's quite a bit better than Tim Duncan, in my opinion. I'm sorry, Shake. Rudy Gobert is going in D tier. If you guys have success with any of these guys, that's perfectly fine. Like, there's a reason why I got rid of Worthless tier. Because these guys are all, like... If you give me one or two of these guys to run an unlimited team, I can probably win most games. A lot of people can. They're just not. They're just worse cards. Like again, if you're having fun and having success with other cards, like, use them. Be good. Like, you can be good with them. Like, there are bad cards I'm good with, and there's good cards I'm bad with. Like, as I always say, like, I'm better with Amethyst Kyle Anderson than I am with Galaxy Opal LeBron James. That doesn't mean that Galaxy Opal LeBron James is a worse card, because I know Galaxy Opal LeBron James is a million times better than Kyle Anderson. I just prefer Kyle Anderson for some reason, because I can't green with LeBron. Then we have got, in these lower tiers, I mean, Scotty needs quite a bit of badges. B or C. Like, he's good on defense, but there's a lot like better defenders. Like, if I'm putting Brad Davis in B tier, I'm gonna put Scotty in C. Terrence Ross, half steady, but that is half blinders on next gen, and he's a god on next gen. Like, you give this dude quick first step, he is a god on next gen. So I'm gonna put him in B tier, and quick first step's quite a cheap badge right now. Thurl Bailey, a lot of people swear by him. I'm not a fan. Like, give me Glenn over Thurl most of the time. I don't know, like, if you guys are great with Thurl Bailey, that's perfectly fine. Like, again, if you guys, a lot of people are gonna say I'm crazy for that. You know, he's a player that suits my playstyle. Like, he's 6'11", he can curry, he's got a good release. There's just something about the card I don't like. Like, maybe I haven't used him enough. But if you were to give me Glenn Robinson or Thurl Bailey, I'm taking Glenn any day. If Thurl Bailey could play center, though, that card would be a demon. Okay, so there's no other low tier cards. The rest of these guys are top 3 tiers. Luka Doncic, because you can give this dude clamps. Luka Doncic, A tier. Luka Doncic, 6'7" point guard. He's got a really, really good jumper on current gen base 29. Yes, it's not quite as good as XM for his Opal. His dribble sigs are quite a lot better than his... Well, they got quite a big upgrade. Next gen, Luka's pretty good as well. And again, a nice tall point guard, good shooter, range extender. Like, he's got pretty much everything. He's better than his pink diamond card. And yeah, he's a little bit overpriced because he's Luka. He does have the high player tax, but I like the card. I do like the card. I think he is definitely an upgrade over a Brad Davis, especially when you give Luka clamps. Julius Randle. Randle is definitely a step above. He is a step above the likes of Anthony Davis and Domantas Sabonis is big. If you give Randle the right badges, he is definitely a step above. He is in the conversation. Like, he's definitely not in the conversation with Boucher or E, but he's really good. Like, Randle can do everything. He shoots it, he dunks, his defense is moderately good. His height's probably the biggest negative with him, but he's a good card. Chris Middleton, I mean, he's very solid. And when I say very solid, I mean very solid. He's got the best. If the Fader world is on the line and you were asking me to take a shot with one player on this list, I would probably say Chris Middleton or Glenn Robinson. Because obviously, we all know I want Iguodala, but he's not here. But yeah, it would be Chris Middleton, Glenn Robinson. Chris Middleton is almost as much of a chicken man as Antoine Jameson. Like, I think Jameson's released a little bit quicker with X and base. I think Luka's obviously going to be the same as Jameson. But I think that, honestly, I reckon that Chris Middleton is right up there. His defense is really solid as well. He's got good length. And again, there is no flaws to this card. Again, the only problem with him is that he's just a pointless lock-in. He is the most pointless lock-in for an exchange ever. Don't ever do the exchange, trust me. But at the end of the day, it is probably a low A tier card. I like him more than most people though. B tier for Monte Ellis. Again, I really like Monte Ellis. He's only got bronze clamps. You got to upgrade that. He's only got silver range. You got to upgrade that. But he doesn't pop showtime, does dunk it, and got a fantastic release. And is a very, very quick player. So yeah, Monte Ellis, B tier. Reggie Theus. A. I don't like... I talk down this card, but he's like a completely juiced up Penny Hardaway. Like, he is literally like completely juiced up Penny. So I don't think I can justify putting him in a lower tier. Like, he can shoot it, he can handle, he's got range, he's got clamps, he's 6'7", he can play in the post, you can post spin and post hook people to your heart's content. Reggie Theus, as much as I don't like the card, he's a good card, he's A tier. J.R. Smith, A. Rudy Fernandez, S. I think Rudy Fernandez is a step above J.R. Smith. Why? Because I prefer Steph Curry base to base 49. I think Rudy Fernandez is a more well-rounded player. J.R. Smith has got like better peaks, as in like J.R. Smith's got like half range. There are certain things J.R. Smith does better, but I think Rudy Fernandez is a bit more well-rounded. They both have the Pro 3 behind the back. I think Steph Curry base is better than base 49, which is J.R. Smith's base. I prefer Rudy Fernandez. I don't think there's much of a... It's hard to debate why. I just prefer him. And yeah, I think TLC is a little bit overall better as well. But J.R. Smith's close. You know what? I'll give J.R. Smith S tier. I'm gonna give Zion S tier. I'm gonna give Steph Curry A tier. Steph Curry is, if you are playing offline, Steph Curry's S tier. He's S plus tier. If you are playing against someone who's not very good at the game, Steph Curry is S tier. If you are playing against someone who knows they're doing, Steph Curry is a liability. But Steph Curry's still really good. Don't get me wrong. Like, just because the guy's not usable, I don't even think he's not usable, just because he's not good in a competitive setting doesn't mean he's a bad card per se. Like, there are unlimited settings when you're playing against weak players. When you're playing against guys that aren't going to be throwing double teams everywhere and post spinning you to oblivion. It's just, the problem is that if you're matching up to like especially on next gen 2, like a Reggie Theus, you will just get post spinned for your whole game. And even if someone's running like Reggie Theus the 1, like imagine playing Reggie Theus the 1, Granger at the 2, and like a 6'10" small forward, and you can't put him on a power forward either. You can't put him on anyone really, but he's a good card. He's a really good card. And then Zion is current gen made, but I mean, I was shocked we didn't see Zion being around 250. He's got base 25, which is absolutely elite. Even on normal speed, it's great. Next gen, I mean, his only real thing on next gen is running in and dunking, but there's guys that do it equally as good as Zion, and Zion's release is broken on next gen. But I think, is S tier too high for Zion? Is S tier too? No, I'm gonna keep Zion an S, but it's a close one. But yeah, so anyway, that is the tier list. These are my tiers. Let me know what you guys agree with, what you guys don't agree with. And again, it is perfectly fine to not agree. There should not be anyone out here that agrees with every single one of my picks. Because again, the way 2K make the game, everyone plays a different playstyle. Everyone is good with different players. This is obviously just my own tier list. And if there's a card that I have in S tier that you hate, you know what? Just don't use it. If there's a card that I have, if for example, I can't, like, I think he is the worst release in the game. As far as, like, I've used some of the worst set shots in the game. I think Go over the Arenas might have the worst release in the game on base 11. I've said it plenty of times. I think base 11 might be the worst release, period, in the game. But there are some people, if you love base 11, I don't know why people would, but people genuinely told me that base 11 is really good for them. And I don't see how, but if you are good with base 11 and Go over the Arenas is higher for you, then keep using them if you can green everything with them. It's just, for me, I hate it with a passion. But yeah, so anyway, that's pretty much it. That's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.